Good morning, welcome back to the zombie apocalypse. As I mentioned in the previous episode, I have one more big kind of road trip planned before we come to that magical 100 days limit. And yeah, let me show you what I have in mind. So, since we can't, because of my self-imposed rules here, we can't enter any buildings yet. The best loot we can get is usually from vehicles. Now, where do you find vehicles? Well, in big parking lots. Where is one of the biggest parking lots in the game? Yeah, the Louisville, not the big mall. But there's also a lot of zombies there, so we're not going anywhere close to that. No, so the actual goal is gonna be driving all the way down here towards the upper end of Rosewood, driving all the way down here, driving down towards Mudge Ridge, driving all the way back to Rosewood and going to the Rosewood drive-in cinema, because that has a bunch of cars there and usually not that many zombies. Now you might ask, okay, why are we not just simply driving through Rosewood? Well, yes, the road that leads basically from the fire station south to the gas station and the drive-in, that road is, for lack of a better word, a death trap. It's a narrow road in the woods, and if you get a bunch of zombies on that road, you're gonna have a bad time. Like, if you have an armored up car that can push through a couple zombies without, breaking down completely, yeah, sure, we can do that. There's a reason why I'm taking the Crown Victoria here and not one of the other two cars, because well, the main goal here is to loot a couple vehicles. Hopefully we find any sort of special vehicles, maybe a glass-making van or a metalworking van or something like that. But if I find a vehicle that I consider better than this one, I might swap. And the other two we have in the base, the Power Wagon and the Humvee, those I definitely want to keep. I think they are basically in the top tier of the modded vehicles that we're running, both in terms of looks, but also in terms of usability, survivability, and looks. What's kind of cool about this one, and I'm not sure I've ever shown it, this is an unmarked police car, so it actually has a siren. Now we can activate the siren, even though you don't see it. And I'm not sure if this is a siren that zombies can destroy. Usually with cars with a siren, very often the reason why the siren stops is the zombies just attack the car and destroy the siren. I'm not sure if that works on this vehicle, if the siren is kind of internal. I've never done this. But I also haven't done a good old like siren burn with zombies before. I think this is my turn. And that also being said, but since I just mentioned the word burn, I think, well, I know that they changed it so that vehicle kills count actually to your kill count, which I obviously can't avoid, but I'm not sure if they count burns, but that's kind of the reason why I wouldn't want to make burns, because, if we have to have 100 kills for each building we loot, I think doing a big burn would just, defeat the whole purpose of that restriction. Anyway, I mean, most of this road, at least until we get to the Mulrow Crossroads, is something we did just a couple episodes ago, so there shouldn't be any surprises, and if there are, you'll be the first to see them, or the second after me. Rather uneventful drive. I mean, there was a bunch of zombies on the road, but we've had seen them before. We're getting into new territory here. Bunch of zombies on the road here. I don't see anyone with a backpack. So let's see, one of them running faster, and then he should for his own good. than that, this should be a fairly smooth drive. I might keep an eye out on the woods. There's sometimes like camping sites and stuff there, but I'm not seeing any, or maybe I missed some already. It's trying to look everywhere at once. You know, I kind of really want one of these tow trucks at some point. Because I think they're better at towing than your normal vehicle. Shit. Yeah. I always want to take an extra second to look if that was a survivor group or just a random group of zombies on the road. I also don't want to let the zombies get too close, and also don't want to get distracted from the original goal, which is, you know, getting some looting done. So yeah, well, since we're coming up on the 100 days mark, I'm open to any ideas and suggestions which kind of buildings we should prioritize. I have a few ideas already. Okay, this got to be a survivor group. That smells like a survivor group to me. If there's nothing coming from behind me, we're gonna have a little adventure here. That might already be the survivor zombie coming at me with a, like, what, hydration pack, I would say. Back, meat steak, water, sure. That's, just let me loot in peace here. What have I done to you? Right, the usual stuff. Tape holster, you know what? I don't think we need that. Quick read annotated map. That's wool draw. Wow. Cool. Magazine is already read. That can go. Maintenance, we don't need it, but we don't have it in the base. Yeah, okay, we'll keep the rest. Okay. Couple zombies here. I'm not sure where we at the moment. Okay. Past March Ridge. I think there's some roads going to some farmhouses here in a second. I should also check. Did I make salads? I didn't. Yeah, good old salads. So when you first come into a new area, the zombies are like all spread out. because they just spawned in. But normally they build these kind of rally groups. So kind of, you know, after spawning them in, waiting a second for them to kind of group up can sometimes help. See, now they made some nice groups, and then it's much easier to drive past. Thank you all very much. And that's kind of what I always take also as the indicator on whether or not it's just random zombies, or if it's one of those so-called survivor groups, because the survivor groups spawn in a clump. Random zombies spawn scattered out. Metagaming is strong here. So, instead of driving into the drive-in cinema here, what I'll do is just disassemble some of this wall and get inside from here. The only risky part about that is I have no idea how many zombies are on the other side. I'm not hearing anyone. I'm too scared to speed up time here. Big lack of vehicles in this big parking lot. Right. I'm not blown away, but I'm also not super disappointed just yet. I mean, a ranger vehicle might have some interesting loot. One van. Okay, let's clear out some zombies. Make some more room so we can actually drive inside from here. And then have a look around. X. And yeah, disassembling the watches from the previous little run was actually enough to get us to level 2 electrical. Unfortunately, we don't have the book for the next level, so it's going to be slow going a long way until we get the electrical skill needed to build a oven. It's not gonna last much longer. Long enough for these guys. Oh, look in relatively safe here. There's not the big looker for me in terms of vehicles where I'm like, oh, that's the one I want to check. I mean, this is some good stuff here. We're definitely gonna stake some of that with us. Might have to check conditions if there's a really, like, this one looks at the first view as a really good condition vehicle, so maybe we swap in for that. A couple more zombies here in front of the building than I thought there would be. I mean, I really would like to get that street sweeper back to base. But that probably needs a little bit of clearing out first. How many are there? 2 more? Open up that wall here a little bit more. Actually, before we do anything else, let's have a good old sit on the ground. Recover our endurance. Not even 10 a.m. The difficult part of the mission is almost done here. Let's take the symbol one. Oops, huh? Not even nails. Take them anyway. Probably turn off the lights so we don't come back to an empty battery. So now, well, hopefully we're not triggering any alarms. Okay, this doesn't look great. Something interesting in here. Then interesting in there. Yeah, this could be in perfect condition. I guess, you know what, one thing we should do here is grab the hose and the empty gas cans. Check these vehicles for gas. A little bit awkward running out of fuel in the drive-in theater. That's great condition, no gas. 84 engine quality. A bunch of loot. I guess before I start collecting any loot though, I need to figure out which car I'm gonna use to drive home. Not this one. So a little bit of gas in this. So, how good is your condition actually? Your condition is... it's alright. 61 quality. I didn't actually pay attention to the gas. There's also a vehicle key on the ground. And there's the menu for this thing. This has like a side storage somewhere? Yeah, okay. Hey, couple garbage bags. Stuff inside. Now we have plenty of garbage bags actually. Let's forget about this. Don't really care. String trowel we take. Four more cars. Not holding my breath for anything amazing here. Key on the ground. This one. You do it. Yeah. Okay. It's the zombie. Like, ooh, hello. That looks like it's in really terrible condition. I don't know. We'll take a closer look in a second. Although it's kind of weird, you know, we just picked up a power wagon from somewhere else, but the police version. Right. Masonry van, huh? Also no gas. Man, this is, people all came to the drive-in cinema without any fuel. Oh, I overlooked that guy. Oh, also I wonder how I... Dude. Let me just drop this. Still unencumbered here. Is the zombie I saw running there? Yes. Okay, not running anymore. Why are they all filtering around the fence line now, though? Anyone else coming in? Yes, yes, yes. Coming in. Look at that. There's also a second car there that I hadn't seen before. Just gonna get even more attention. He stopped. I guess if we're out here anyway, let's take a look at these two guys. Okay, maybe it just looked like it was in bad condition. It doesn't have gas. It has a decent enough engine. Actually, kind of bad. I'll just grab this for now. I'm really torn on this. So I was really hoping for something flashy, something fancy here from the lot. So now I'm kind of wondering where else could we drive to satisfy my desire for a fancy, flashy vehicle to bring home. Because given the current state of things, yeah, we could take the Ranger pickup. That's a vanilla vehicle. It's in great condition, right? But we also can't, you know, power it up in any way. 84 engine quality is really good, though. That's super reliable. The 65, is that an old muffler, a regular muffler? Well, that's option one. Hang on. I need to get that gas can. Or we take that police power wagon, but I feel like, you know, we already have a power wagon. And we can probably find a better police version at an actual police station in a better condition. Or we just stay with our current vehicle. Let's see if we can find anything better somewhere else. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about here. So let's get unloading. There. Load what we have here. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright, close that up. Okay. Right. Still have some time in the day. Still have some daylight left. I think I'm gonna carefully drive into Rosewood here and check out what's happening at the gas station here. That place is, you know, random zombie population, right? It could be super busy, or it could... Okay. Disregard that. Come in from this side. There's definitely some special van there, but holy shit. Holy crap. I mean, sooner or later we need to handle these kind of zombie numbers, but I feel like maybe later, not sooner. That makes me very I don't want to drive. I was considering driving back through Rosewood. I said, let's just screw it. Let's just try it. No. Just seeing that just at the gas station, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good for now. Okay, with that in mind, we're gonna head back this direction. I want to check how many zombies were there near that tow truck. I kind of want to check what the condition on this vehicle was. It's a little bit further down the road. The next kind of group. Check here. Not even seeing the vehicles on the road, just seeing zombies right now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know what? Oh no, this isn't even the tow truck spot. Remember, there were some car wrecks in front of the tow trucks that were for tow truck. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. There's one or two runners coming after me. And we can't handle. Not having high hopes here that this vehicle is going to be in any sort of good condition. Very well. Got 15, 16 zombies without taking a break. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We've been fit. Alright. That it looks actually like good condition. The only thing is gonna be, yeah, engine quality 27. Don't think I have the repair engine quality mod? I actually don't know. The other problem is, of course, we can't open it. Quick check if any of the zombies had a key. Any keyring enjoyers? One zombie had an upper arm. I feel like every zombie should have an upper arm, no? Unless it wasn't his own. Okay. Not think about that one too hard. No keyrings, no keys. Origin check. Oh. Hello. Did not see that. And usually I think I have a good eye for vehicle keys on the ground, but this time, good thing we checked. It's even gassed up here, okay. Okay, now I wanna check out how much better or not better is it actually gonna be to pull something with this thing. First things first, anything in your trunk I should worry about? Remote controllers. And then let's turn off the engine here. Oh. Start that out anyway. I was hoping that it had some special towing animation. Ah, this is bad. I mean, this is not completely terrible, but it's not better than towing with the Humvee. So what I'm wondering, before we get too close to March Ridge and get overrun with zombies, if there's any sort of special towing mechanic unique to this vehicle that I need to activate, rather than just doing the normal towing option. Like, don't see anything out of the ordinary in here. This is just the normal attached stuff. Doesn't have like a interaction panel or anything here. What is this? Why is this giving me a locked sound? What are you hiding? Storage links. Move that and then install it again. It's open. More useless junk. Wonderful. Storage and mounts. Okay. Yeah, well. I'm a little bit torn here. So I don't want to drag this at this speed back to base. I think it's kind of unique and cool enough that I want to swap out, even though it's not going to be super useful. So let's grab my spare weapons. Everything else is empty. Load everything we have. Making sure this is the rear storage of that thing. This is the rear storage of my thing. Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Here. Ooh. Then we should probably grab the gas cans. I think I kind of want to leave some gas in there in case we ever come back and want to pick that up. You know, if we end up stranded in this area knowing that, hey, we have a fueled car sitting here for us, it's probably not a bad idea. But that being said, meat steak. Lots of an egg in these trying times. Okay. Now, it wouldn't be one of my road trips if we were driving straight back to base now. So the other big thing outside of vehicles, right, is finding survivor zombie groups. So we're gonna do a little bit of a detour across some roads we haven't been to yet. So basically, looking at the map here, this road kinda goes back here and then comes back this way, and I might even, I'm very tempted to then drive on that country road past the Mojo train station and come up here and then drive back home. Kind of depends on whether or not we find something and whether or not, well, what the time of the day is. This might just be driving along an empty road for a long time here. Or maybe we find group after group after group and get so much loot that I can barely contain myself. Either way, I'm not gonna let you sit through all of this. If we find something, well, you'll know it. I forgot that I have a modded map here. This is what, Ashenwood? Okay. I'm not gonna drive through the town. I just, you know, just thought it's worth mentioning. Came up here and I'm like, oh, there shouldn't be houses here. This is empty territory normally, but no. I think that's Ashenwood. Other than that, rather uneventful, just dodging some bunnies. Nothing else happening. And the game's surprisingly laggy at the moment. Not sure if this is a driving through new territory issue or what else might be happening. If it's, I'm not seeing any errors, so I don't think it's related to the vehicle. So sometimes driving with a vehicle where you have access to the trunk, like our Humvee, causes issue because the game is constantly updating with, hey, what can I craft here? What can I craft now? Because it has access to a big inventory of stuff in your trunk, but we don't have it, right? There's nothing here. So I'm not sure why it's having such a hard time, but we'll stutter through it. Right. Continuing the uneventful drive. I was just about to say that I wanted to check out this mansion here on the outskirts of Ashenwood, but there's a couple too many zombies for my taste. Also, it doesn't look like there's any Any car parked in the driveway? This is the road towards the motor train yard, and I really want to take that. I have an idea. Yeah, quick quit to menu and restart, fix the stuttering issue. So I guess if we can't drive in there as a car, maybe choo-choo, I'm a train, we can just drive in there as a train. The zombies won't recognize me. This feels like those trees are way too close to the train tracks. That's just gonna cause issues, like in winter there's snow on the trees and then the branches get knocked off onto the train tracks. You wouldn't want to have that, right? Gotta keep your tracks a little bit more away from the trees. Oh, not a railroad technician, but it feels like it's unsafe design here. Way, maybe. Sure, I'm taking the right path. Oh no, I'm taking the left path, but still, it's taking me to the right spot. Just taken the same road back home that we came, but no, I need to go on an adventure, and now I'm in the middle of the forest on some railroad tracks. Oh. Look at that. Free stuff. Lewinsky. What I'm mostly interested in, we got a bunch of surgical stuff the other day. What we didn't have is any sleeping pills. Yes. That's really the only thing I care about here. Take your earbuds. Okay, this is the road I want to drive to get to the Four Corners again, but it's... I just wanted to take a quick pulse check on how this parking lot looks and how many zombies there are on the train tracks, and then I'm gonna nope out of here. We drive down this road and hope there's not gonna be any car crashes on this one. What are the odds of that? Now, that train yard there has some really interesting loot that I kind of want to get to eventually. It also seems to have a couple really big zombie groups there. Anyway, look what we found. Second survivor group of the day. Also, I'm not sure what kind of weapon that is that she's got in her belly there. But that looks sharp. It was not that letter opener. Broken field hole. Okay. Yeah, alright. Cool. You see, I'm perfectly killing all of them in the middle of the road, so I'm just gonna have to drive over all of them in a second. Come on, have my tailoring book. Okay, let's clear out the last 3 guys here. Sharpen. And yeah, it did fully read in the next maintenance book, so we're now getting 170 XP each time we sharpen the blade. It continues to be nuts. Okay, anyway, get me that secondary. And let me see what we have. A annotated map from LV. From Louisville South. Okay. We already connected a first aid book. Magazine we already have. That we already have. Already have that. This is already dog food. I'm never gonna eat dog food. So I was nothing. 1 book just so I can complete my collection, but we already read this, or rather, our skill level exceeded this already. A couple cans of food. That shouldn't have made that sound of me taking actual damage. Wait, okay, we're also getting a little bit drowsy. So if we find another big group, we gotta pop some pills, yeah. Not gonna check inside. It's getting too quickly too late. Little bunnies. We have the old abandoned factory with an old abandoned parking lot. Usually nothing here except way too many zombies, considering there's like nothing in these buildings, no vehicles parked in these parking lots. My advice here, never waste time on that area of the map. A water bottle. Okay. This is basically the almost home stretch. At least it's not super closed off road here. That there leads to the trailer park and the old back den. Meth lab in the woods. We should get here to a left turn that takes us right back to the Spiffos, to the gas station, to the used cars lot, and to at least somewhat familiar territory. Alright, so I'm thinking that that bunny was crossing the road, but I wasn't looking here. So I was reaching for my button. There shouldn't be anything new here. At least as soon as we reach the four corners. And so I'm gonna drive this puppy home. And then I'll do some base work, the usual kind of stuff, maybe work on the road. I don't know yet. And then we'll have to see. We have 15 more days until the looting can begin. I don't think I'm gonna spend 15 days off camera, so we might have another episode before we get to looting times, but for now I'm gonna put a cut in here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.